Well, today I started on the rebuilding of the generator house thing there, and I wasn't going to videotape this because it takes some time away when I'm actually working on the project, but I'll show you what I'm doing and what I am planning on doing. What I want to do is, actually what I wanted to do is I wanted to get this about 12 inches off the ground, because when the snow comes here, it buries me in and I can't get out my generator. But by the same token, I don't want this up so high that I'll have a hell of a time filling the generator. So I brought this up from the ground 10 inches. It's only a few inches from the original deck, and I'm using 2x4 pressure treated because I happen to have it. I can't get bargain wood no more at the Home Depot. They stopped that about a year ago. Now they got 70% off of all twisted boards and stuff, but none of this 50 cent or $1 2x6s, 2x8s, and all that goodies. But I have an inventory here that I can use. 48-inch pieces that I got a few years ago. But they've been sitting in this wood pile so long, they're starting to get cracked. So I've got a lot of wood here, and I'm going to make use of it because it was sitting here for a couple of years. I took this top off. I'm not going to use this, even though I spent about $35 on this galvanized, having a sheet cut for me. We're going to make a regular roof, and I've got rolled roofing. I've got a roll given to me by one of the local lumber yards over here because it was in the guy's way. It's black, which is fine, and he says just take it. So I'm going to redo this. I got to get some more drip edge to do this, but I'm not going to do this until I get this done. And what I am going to do is I'm leaving this frame up for now, so I'll have some solid to work with. I'm bringing the floor out actually it's 47 inches from here to here, instead of I think 35 or something, the original floor length. So I make this a little bigger so that in the future, if I ever get a little larger generator, I'll be able to get it in here. So I'm going to lay a 2x4 right here, and I'm going to bring it up so that we have a roof up over high enough that the roof will not have to be lifted up like this here. It'll be a permanent roof on here, and the sides will open. I established I'm going to have the roof peak at this point, and I'm going to have a slight angle, not as steep an angle as that. The reason I made that so steep is because I didn't have any rolled roofing. It's 3/4 inch plywood, which, by the way, I only paid $1 for it at Home Depot back in the days when I can get real good bargain wood. And I painted and primed it and all that stuff, but it's time to shingle it, roll roof it, because it's going to just come apart on me. So we're going to try to come up the same height as that, and we're going to come out on a slight angle, nowhere near that, so I don't bang my damn head when I stand here. And the way I got this figured, the top of the generator, sitting on its wheel set, is 24 inches. So that comes right up to here now. This will stay here for support. This will come out. This will come out. And after I get 2x4 here and get to finish the floor, come out here with another stud here. I'll sister another stud on this, and then remove the rest of this stuff. So there's going to be a little haul to get the generator up here. Not a bad deal. I mean, I had a ramp here, so we'll just put the ramp up here, and we'll make it a little longer. But it's only going to be a one-time thing. This is going to be where I'm going to keep the generator, so it'll be locked up. The generator will stay in here instead of me storing it in the side shed over here where I've been keeping it, over here. So there's no need to store it there. But I'm trying to make this thing a little bigger because I want to be able to service the generator, change the oil, put a spark plug in it whenever I need it, and gas it up. So it's all got to be done in here. And the only time I should ever have to take it out of here is if I have a big major problem with it, or I want a little larger generator in the future. This will accommodate it. The width is plenty wide enough for all but the very largest of generators, and I'm making the structure a little longer. So the structure is going to be 48 inches right out to here, where I can put into a stud. I'm going to just screw a 2x4 from here up to the height I need for my start of my roof. And then I'm going to have vents put in it and a fan or two, and that'll be in the future. So I've got to get going on this. If you want to watch me, you're welcome to, but bring me today's a beautiful day. It's well, there's the temperature right there. I think this thing reads a little bit high, but we got a beautiful day here today on this Saturday. So if you want to bring me a nice cold lemonade, or probably bring me out a birch beer, not alcoholic. This is birch beer. There used to be a local place that used to carry birch beer. It really had, it was called D.I.Y brand. And it was in a local place here in Connecticut. I don't think they make it anymore, but that was delicious. I like birch beer, I like cream soda, I like root beer, and I don't like beer. Yuck. Okay, let me get to work. Alright, I don't know if you can see me through here or not. I don't want to bring the big tripod out. Yeah, you can see this wood wouldn't have lasted much longer sitting out in that wood pile getting weathered. So we're using 2x6s on the flooring because not only do I have it on hand, but also it may be more solid and not resonate so much. See, like you use a thinner wood like the shed here, you know, when that generator's going, you'll have more, you know, louder and make it more vibration. So if we got a heavier wood structure here, we'll less have to have that. On the wall of the shed, it's pretty solid here because I've got 2x4s and stuff behind it, and that's wood anyway, so it's not bad. Here it's all metal behind it. All right, I'm gonna get going here and pre-drill and get the nails in. I'm using number 10s and also number 12s when I need to make sure it's really in there good. Okay, we're flush at the end here. Okay, now I'll go down the other end and make sure that's over all the way. Over here. Now, the center. I didn't really probably need a center piece in here, but I wanted to stiffen this up as much as possible. As far as the walls are concerned, I plan on using 1/2-inch plywood. I'm not going to spend the money for 3/4 inch. I don't think that would matter too much. We'll see. I can always put sound deadening in here, but I don't have a problem with the generator being loud. You can just barely hear it in the house unless you got the windows open. One more nail over here to do. tell you, if I didn't pre-drill, two things would happen. I could split the wood, although I'm not that close to the edge. But one other thing will happen 9 out of 10 times is I'll bend the nail over. I gotta go out and get another piece here. That's alright, I guess. I gotta clean it up a little bit. I'll still have a little bit of oil-based redwood stain. So I'm gonna put a coat of that on this platform here when I'm done. Protect it, because I don't have the money right now to buy the plywood. So I'm just building the frame right now with the wood I've got. So, and of course we mount them with the crowns down like that, down this way. Most of the time we can do that, but sometimes you'll get a piece of wood, like when I built the deck here, that looks much better on the side opposite where the crown should be, and I've had to mount them that way too. This is a regular Douglas fir, but it wasn't all checked like this. It's been sitting out here, like I say, for 2 years back there, covered with snow all winter, and I picked it up because I figured I might need it sometime, and so that's exactly what we're doing. And I've got two 2x4s that are 8 foot long. One of them came out of the screen house that I tore down, was in good shape, and another one I had, an extra one that I had bought and never used. So we'll be using that for the verticals, probably on the far side over there. So I'm going to finish nailing this. You don't need to watch every thing I do here. You know, it's no big deal watching me nail, but when we get over here, we're going to come out and cut around this here. And before we do that, we'll probably find a vertical that we're going to bring. We're going to put a vertical, a 2x4 here, going up. And I'll have to determine how high it's going to be so I don't bang my head into it. And then I'll put the slope accordingly. So I don't know what the pitch is going to be, but it'll probably be a very narrow pitch, slight pitch I should say, compared to the dumpster unit that you see down there. So I better get to work. I can't do any work if I'm talking. Before I get started on this here, I want to show you something. You know, you see this? So you got a little bit of a twist in there. So what we're gonna do, this is my $84 DeWalt 18 volt, damn good driver drill. If we have to, I've used it here to drive some screws in here, and when I made this framework, we have to, we'll screw this down. But I've been using number 12s to drive it down, but if I can't get it to drive down, I'll use the screws. But the problem is I've got Phillips. I don't have the square bit rounded off on me when I was building my deck. That was before I got this drill, and I never replaced it. So I've got Phillips, a 2.5 inch Phillips drywall screws, black ones, and that'll do it if I have to. All right, so I gotta cut this first. I got this all measured here where I gotta cut off so she flushes out. Now she's going to flush out here, and the reason is because there's going to be a side that's going to open. It's going to be a removable panel that I can get at. It'll be like a door, but it'll be removable. In other words, I want this to be pretty tight, no mice getting in. And over here, it'll either have a removable door in the front, or it'll be a panel also. And on the back, when I come out here, it's going to be a fixed wall with a vent and a fan in it. This is the air intake part of where the generator sits. This is the air intake. So the fan will blow this way, the exhaust comes out that way, and the door will be figured in such a way that I'm going to have sliding louvers that I can open up from the inside, start the generator, lock up the unit, and when I am not using it, close off the louvers. So that'll keep everything in good shape. But there will be some ventilation along the top, similar to what I did here, but they'll be screened off so mice won't get in it. So you do want some ventilation in there, like you do in the shed, because you know, you may get a little gas fumes and stuff, and you don't want to have that all tightly sealed. Main thing is to keep the mice and the rain out. I got to get to work. All right, you can see what I mean here. So we're using, I think this is about a 2.5 inch. So we're going to drive that in. Well, we'll try to anyways. It's a damn good drill. I tell you, 2 batteries. It came with 2 batteries. They had it. I got it last year. But at the time I got it at Christmas time, and it was too damn cold to do anything, so it's been sitting in the shed. And there's a procedure for charging the batteries, so I keep the instructions, of course. So let me see if I can set you down somewhere so you can watch me. I'm going to probably set you over here. I don't know if you can see good over there, but the best I can do right now. That's why I pre-drill. Alright, let's stand up here to get some leverage. I got the clutch set at 13 for driving screws. So, let's see. Yeah, she's driven down, but she's also sunk half into this. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a nail in the middle. Normally, when I did my deck, I used 3 nails per 2x6. Here I'm only using 2 because I'm not too worried about it, because it's not a deck. It's only a generator house. So we'll use a nail over here because I don't have too many of those screws and I need them for my structure here. So we'll put a nail, number 12. In there. Now I don't think you're going to like me banging when the camera's shaking. So what I'm going to do is turn you off here because I don't want to damage the camera with a hard vibration. If you must watch me nail, well, if you must, you must. I'll have to hand hold it here. The things I do for you people, I'll tell you. Kind of hard to get a swing with this in the way, but she got it. We got it. So that's the way it is. I'm going to take this out naturally because the generator won't go in here. Generator's 24 inches high, so originally it was okay when the generator was going in at this level, but it's going in on this level. So I want to take this out, but right now I want to leave it in for strength until I get the rest of the structure built. Then I'll just take my reciprocating saw and just cut that right off, leaving this in and leaving this in. These are all supports there, and the rest of it will come out. This will stay in. I may or may not leave that corner, and I think I probably will. I was gonna cut it flush to the floor like this right here after I get the flooring in, but no, I think we'll leave that in there. If I need the width this way, I'll do it, but I don't think I'm going to need it. I just wanted this a little longer to accommodate a slightly larger generator in the future. Alright, so I got to cut some more wood, and I want to try to get this done and get a coat of paint on here before dark here today. Okay, I'll just show you what I'm doing now is I'm establishing the angle of the roof. And I have a little pitch on it to drain the water off. Not a great deal because I'm going to bang my head here if I go any lower, because I'm standing here, because like I say, this roof is not going to be lifting up like that one did. So I used 2.5-inch screws in here, screw it to the 2x4 that's on the other side of this wall. There's two 2x4s, there's one here and one here in the original shed when I made the addition. So there's another one here, so we just tapped in here and that gives it the strength. Over here I don't have the wood now, but I'll have to get a 2x4 and make a corner here to come out like that, because this one here is too far in, so we're making it a little longer. So the last piece of wood has got to go in here, and I'll finish up and put a piece in here. I'm not sure what I'm going to use yet, but I don't have a 2x4 long enough now, because I had to use that from the screen house. That's why it's white. And I cut that down, and this is an 8-footer that I had. This is what happens when they sit around. This was a brand new piece of 2x4 that I got at Home Depot last year, and it was sitting all winter. So they don't look so pretty after they're sitting outside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to nail this into here, because the structure is going to stay together until I get it all built up, and then I'll cut out the unnecessary stuff in here. Of course, naturally this will stay. This might be in my way here, but when I get that corner made, I can remove it. But it all depends. As long as I can get at the control panel here and this is not in my way, and I can get at the gas tank, it doesn't really matter, because the generator's not coming out here. Generator's going to go in and out this way, and there'll be a door here and there'll be a door here, or a removable cover, one or the other. And that side, as I said, will be closed in permanently with a vent. They'll all have vents, but there'll be a big intake vent and a fan on this end. And being that this is higher up now, the heat will be staying towards the top, and therefore will not stay close to the top of the generator where the gas tank is located, so I feel it should run cooler. And the exhaust, of course, I'm not sure what I'm going to do about the exhaust. I could put a stack on the end of it, but I don't think I really need to get that fussy. If the day is dry, I can just leave the side open. But if we get a storm where it's raining hard and everything, naturally I want this to be running all enclosed. Okay, well I better get going here. I gotta cut this, gotta finish up. The day is hours are getting away from me here. Well, we ran out of time. We're going out to the pizza house tonight, so we haven't got time to finish this. I got just enough time to clean up and put my tools away. I still got to get another 2x4 for here. At least a 6-footer, not longer. Probably pressure treated, because it's going to be sitting in the ground. This platform here, when I originally made it, was the landscape ties, which are pressure treated underneath there. So I don't need to do anything with that. And this piece here is only going down to here. So we do this, we put a little bit of a pitch on that, just slight pitch to accommodate that. And when I make it, it'll be a lightweight roof, so I'll probably just frame it all in with 2x4s and then just bring it over and fit it into here, because this is a spot where the header in here, like that. Now we go, this ain't the one of course, but I got to get a longer piece to go from over to that white 2x. So I gotta put it away. This is a 1/4 inch too short. It's a 2x8. It's a 1/4 inch too short. But I'm gonna probably use it anyways. This ain't cabinetry. So a 1/4 inch too short here, but on the corner, about out to here, even with that one there is going to be the end post, and that'll have the carrier for the roof. And this, I'll decide whether I'm going to remove it or not. It all depends on how strong the structure is. I may not even have to take out this. It might not be in the way, but I might take this off. And I'll probably remove this too, as well as that, of course. This gizmo I made up. No matter how much paint I put on it, that damn crappy Luan doesn't hold up. But I'm going to do a better one than this. And like I say, this isn't going to, the roof is not going to lift up. The roof is going to be permanent. But I could probably knock the sides off of this, and I could use this roof part for something else, just to cover up stuff that's in the back here. You know, I'll just knock the sides off of it and save that. Take the hinges off. I gotta straighten up my wood pile. Okay, that's it. I gotta clean up, put things away. We'll come back on this video or another series or whatever it's going to be later on. Not sure when. There's other things I have to do also. So, for now, thanks for watching. Have a good day. And whatever it is you do, don't put off tomorrow what you can do today. Because you may just like it today and you might want to do it again tomorrow. Good day, everybody.